Hey, how's it going, 4th grade class? My name is Zane Mosley, and I'm super excited to be reading with you guys, If the Shoe Fits. A little bit about myself. I'm a swimmer on the men's swim and dive team. I'm a swimmer. I swim butterfly, IM, and a little bit of mid-distance freestyle. Alright, I'm super excited. Let's get started. If the Shoe Fits by Gary Soto. Rigo had 3 brothers and 1 sister, and when you counted his parents and Uncle Celso, who lived with them, his home was as crowded as a bus. He didn't really mind the noisy house. What Rigo minded the most were his hand-me-down clothes. His oldest brother, Hector, passed his shirts and pants down to Manuel, who passed them to Carlos, who passed them to Rigo. Rigo passed them into the garbage can. "Mom, I need some new clothes," Rigo cried one day when he put a jacket on that Carlos outgrown. 2 buttons were missing and the fabric was faded. "Mijo, new clothes cost money," Mother said. When Rigo started to pout, Uncle Celso brought out his old wallet and handed Rigo a $5 bill. "Let me help you," Uncle said. Rigo refused the money. He didn't want to tell his uncle that new clothes cost more than that. But for Rigo's 9th birthday, his mom brought him a pair of brand new shoes. They were called loafers. They were the fanciest shoes that Rigo had ever owned. They didn't even have laces to drag in the dirt. "Put a penny in them," Rigo's sister Teresa said. "That's the style." But instead of the worthless pennies, Rigo pushed in nickels. Here's the nickel. "There," he said. He slipped into his new shoes and clicked his heels together. That day, Rigo marched down the street, grinning proudly at his new shoes. He liked how the nickels glinted in the sunlight. There's him walking down the street, feeling all confident. At the corner playground, some kids were throwing water balloons at each other. Rigo wanted to join them, but was afraid he might ruin his shoes. Suddenly, Angel sneaked up from behind and yelled, "Hey, how come you got nickels in your shoes? You ain't rich." "It's the style," Rigo answered. "There ain't no style like that," Angel growled. "Nobody wears those kinds of stupid shoes." Then Angel demanded the nickels from Rigo's shoes. "Nah, Angel," Rigo begged. "I don't want to mess up my new loafers." It was hard to put the nickels in. "Forget your loafers," Angel snapped, and he ripped the nickels from the shoes. Rigo went home and threw his shoes into the closet. But at the end of the summer, he changed his mind. He had received an invitation to a birthday party. It was from Christy Hernandez. No girl had ever invited him to a birthday party before. There's him and his family looking at the invitation. On the day of the party, Rigo brushed his teeth extra hard and combed his hair 4 different ways. He settled on slicking his hair back. He felt suave. Next, he put on his newest looking hand-me-downs, and finally, he got his fancy loafers from the closet. "Come on," he grunted, trying to cram his feet into the shoes. When he stood up, he knew the shoes were too tight. Pain stabbed the top of his feet as he took a step. He took off the torture shoes and stretched them, yanking on the leather. He put on his thinnest socks, even though they had holes in the heels. Rigo left the house, walking stiffly. After 3 painful blocks, he wished he were crawling instead of walking. But lucky for him, he discovered that his feet didn't hurt so much if he walked backwards. He walked like that the rest of the way to the party. Looks like that's him walking backwards. "Nice shoes," Christy said, greeting him at the door. "Thanks," said Rigo, trying to smile. He didn't want to tell her that they were killing his feet. He was sure that he had blood blisters and one of his little toes had fallen off. "But if you don't mind, I'm going to take them off." "Why?" Christy asked. Rigo's mind whirled for an answer. He clicked his fingers and said, "To play soccer." When he scored 2 goals, his feet felt better. Over dinner that night, Rigo told his family that Christy's party was great. "Everyone was there. Jose Luis, Julie, Debbie, Joey, Carolina, Lupe, Rachel, Sophia, Martin, Jamie, Lily, Maya, and Miles' little sister, I forgot her name, plus some little cousins of Christy's who were still in their diapers. Híjole, that's a lot of kids to feed, Uncle Celso remarked. Yeah, but a party's more fun with a lot of kids, Rigo said. Next year, mijo, we can have a party for you just like that, his uncle said. And you know why? Rigo shook his head. Because I have a new job as a waiter, Uncle announced. I'll make a lot of money. Mucho dinero. After dinner, Uncle Celso began to gather the dirty plates from the table. Rigo's father protested. Leave them for the kids. No, hombre. I have to practice being a waiter, Uncle said. I'll help with the dishes, said Rigo. He liked to be with Uncle and listen to his stories about Mexico. It's like Rigo and his uncle about to do the dishes. Rigo rolled up his sleeves of his sweatshirt. As the two worked side by side, Rigo noticed that he was slightly taller than Uncle. He noticed that Uncle's pants were too loose for him and that his shirt had flecks of paint on it. He looked at Uncle's shoes. The next morning, Rigo brought his loafers to the couch, where Uncle slept. ¿Qué es esto? Uncle asked, opening one eye. What's this? A present for you, kind of used, but try them on. Uncle sat up and took the shoes. These are the most beautiful shoes I've ever had, he said. He patted Rigo's cheek. You don't mind if they're hand-me-downs, Rigo asked. Hand-me-downs, nothing, Uncle said. These are brand new. I can go to work in style. He tapped on the soles and then put them on. He squinted an eye at his nephew. Are you sure you want to give them to me? Yeah, I'm sure, Rigo said. To tell you the truth, Uncle, I like them, but they hurt my feet. I grew a little. Uncle reached for his front pocket. These coins are older than I am, Uncle said. He held up 2 centavos, brown as his own skin, and smiled. They're kind of like hand-me-downs, too. When Rigo took the old Mexican coins, he knew what to do with them. Fit them into slots of his new loafers, if he ever got any. Next time around, he could wear them no matter what people said. Like Angel. Alright, that is the end of the book. Thank you so much for having me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll see you guys around.